If I'm being honest, the past 2 years of my life have looked a lot like this. A lot of overthinking, a lot of self-criticism, and a lot of holding myself back. I've spent so much of my time analyzing my body, questioning myself, and talking myself out of things before I even tried. And then when good things were happening, I didn't really feel fulfilled. Somewhere along the way, I stopped believing in myself. But I don't want to carry this version of myself into 2026. I don't want another year of fear deciding for me. So instead of rushing into the next year, I decided to pause, to reflect, to get honest with myself, and to choose something different. I've been thinking about my mind like a garden, and for a long time I've been feeding the weeds, doubt, fear, and negative self-talk. But in 2026, I want to grow flowers instead. That means changing the way I talk to myself, taking better care of my body, and allowing myself to pursue what actually excites me. And the first step is getting clear on the life I want to build. Before I start working on my vision board, the first step is to reflect on 2025, answering questions such as, what did I achieve this year that I am proud of? What didn't go well this year? And what are some habits that I would like to leave in 2025? After reflecting, I wrote down all of my goals for 2026 in several different categories, including fitness and health, career, mindset, environment, travel, relationships, and self-care. These are my goals for 2026, and you are free to use them for inspiration. As you can see on the right side of my journal, I made a game plan for 2026, split into 4 different quarters. And for each quarter, I wrote down my main focus and what I want to achieve within the quarter. And in 2026, as each quarter begins, I will likely write a more specific game plan and what I will do daily and weekly to ensure I reach my goals by the end of each quarter. Personally, I find it useful to write down a plan because it turns my goals from a vision into something I can easily take action on. I also decided to write a letter to my future self that I will be opening at the end of 2026. It will be interesting to look back on what I wrote after the growth I will experience in 2026. In 8th grade, I wrote a letter to my future self that I recently found, and it was so crazy to see how different my perspective and mindset is now compared to back then. So I highly recommend doing this. Now it's time to find pictures for your vision board. I like to make sure that the pictures I am picking actually align with the goals that I wrote down. I didn't want to just pick random aesthetic photos that I don't actually resonate with. So as I was searching for photos, I went down the list of goals I wrote and made sure I had at least one photo that resonates with each of my goals. After placing my order, I then headed over to my local Walgreens and picked up my photos. So I got all of my supplies and the pictures I printed out yesterday. I have like 75 of them. Not sure if all of them are gonna fit onto the board. At first I wanted to use this one because it's cuter, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to use this because it's bigger and I have a lot of photos to use. I'm gonna try to use the smaller one first, and if it doesn't work, then I'll use the bigger one. This is the vision board that I made like mid 2025. I didn't make one in the start. I don't know why I didn't put a lot of effort into this. The one I'm making for 2026 is definitely going to be a lot cuter. Before I start placing pictures on my vision board, I like to organize my photos into different categories, such as fitness, self-care, travel, career, etc. And this is what my piles look like after organizing my photos. So I kind of have a problem. I've used all of my fitness photos already, and over half of the board is already filled. I ended up having to use the larger poster board instead because I had way too many photos, and I didn't even end up using all of them. Before I glue anything down, I like to place all of my photos onto my vision board, and once I like the way my vision board looks, I take a picture of it and then glue everything down. On my vision board, I like to make sure that you can clearly tell what each section is. For example, the bottom left, you can clearly see that the photos represent my travel goals. done making my vision board, and this is how it turned out. I definitely had way too many photos, so I wasn't able to use them all, and I had to cut a lot of them. But overall, I think it turned out pretty good.